gonna feed the non-aggressive, or less aggressive, sorry, 4,500 gallon tank. Feed them once a week, like a major feeding with snacks in between. But those snacks are not always significant. Still, I think this week they had a few good snacks, so I don't know if they're very hungry, but we'll see. We'll begin with pellets as usual, and then we'll give them fish. Almost everyone in this tank eats pellets. The ones that don't, you can see right now, sometimes the Marmoratus doesn't eat them. Piraiba usually doesn't care about them, neither does the jello or the gars. Even the Arowana picks off some pellets every now and then. I mean, not every time, but just several of them, or whatever, a dozen of them, one at a time. The real pellet hog is the Mahseer. He stuffs his mouth full, which is like a handful of pellets. A small handful of pellets. Finally cut up big mullet, 2-foot mullet. It's gotta be cloudy and messy, so not the most pleasant sight. Big bed got any? Yeah, he's getting some. The bigger bed, sorry. When Mahseer when I offer fish, Mahseer spits out all the pellets he hasn't chewed up, and he grabs fish pieces. He's a predator, so he prefers fish pieces to pellets. When he spits out the pellets, it's like a second feeding for everybody. A bunch more pellets for them. I fed Piraiba yesterday a third of a large mullet, so Piraiba's all set. I'm not worried about it today. Even though he still is grabbing smaller pieces as well. bunch of fish still behind the bottom in the blind spot. The bottom part of the frame. Elephant ear. Here's the chewed up marble Planet Catfish, healing very nicely. Grabbing food as you just saw. He's got a nice tummy, so he'll be fine. He'll grow back his tail also. The Shania is growing back her tail also. Go down to the bottom and grab it. What are you looking at me for? They're so spoiled. They want it to be handed to them. But when they get hungry enough, they go down to the bottom, no problem. So if they're not going down, I think they're not too hungry. All set. I'm surprised, I mean, probably my ignorance, as much as he's eating, that his area of the stomach, not immediate to the head, but slightly farther along, is concave. I don't understand why. He's eating whole finger mullets every other day, or about 6 to 8 inch finger mullet, or an equivalent of the roe, just like now he ate a few pieces of cut up big mullet. Yep, he's still chewing them. Not forgetting to pay attention to the giant gouramis. Right here we're grabbing pieces. Arena. It's got real thick. Eating very well. Her competition is growing. There's 3 little worms and the 1.5 foot Arowana in the tank behind. The 3 survivors of the 11. Okay, so little by little they're gonna finish it off, I'm pretty sure. Sorrow Mahseer, or whatever, the Thai rose Mahseer, is chewing real thoroughly. There's still quite a few pieces of fish over there, as you can see. I'm glad to see that the Piraiba has a good appetite and picking them off one by one. 1. 2. 3. 4. 5. 6. 7. 8. 9. 10. 11. 12. 13. 14. 15. 16. 17. 18. 19. 20. 21. 22. 23. 24. 25. 26. 27. 28. 29. 30. 31. 32. 33. 34. 35. 36. 37. 38. 39. 40. 41. 42. 43. 44. 45. 46. 47. 48. 49. 50. 51. 52. 53. 54. 55. 56. 57. 58. 59. 60. 61. 62. 63. 64. 65. 66. 67. 68. 69. 70. 71. 72. 73. 74. 75. 76. 77. 78. 79. 80. 81. 82. 83. 84. 85. 86. 87. 88. 89. 90. 91. 92. 93. 94. 95. 96. 97. 98. 99. 100. 101. 102. 103. 104. 105. 106. 107. 108. 109. 110. 111. 112. 113. 114. 115. 116. 117. 118. 119. 120. Tweezy or tweezers, our long-nosed gar, is always rather moody when it comes to food. Sometimes he takes it, sometimes it doesn't. Sometimes he takes it and spits it out, or drops it rather, not wanting to bother with something that's either too large or something that he doesn't like too much. Spoiled. Elephant ear got a piece of mullet in her mouth. Anyhow, sorry about the quality. There's a lot of little pieces in the water column, and it's cloudy, and it's also, the mullet is fatty. When you cut it up, the fat is released. All of it contributes to the cloudiness and poor aesthetics. Not that there was much to start with, but when you take away from it, it begins to really not be a pretty sight. Made a big piece of mullet this week, huge one, which made me very happy. She hasn't eaten something big in many months, so she hasn't come up or begged for food this time. She's all set. Tweezers. The Asphraneumus Gourami came over too and jerked a piece of fish out of the elephant ear's mouth. I don't know if he caught it or not. The elephant ear didn't even flinch. That's kind of comical. Well, that's our show. Thank you for watching.